All right, we're back, and I'm here of my own free will. All right, so I've got once again one of these things. I didn't think this one's that old. I just don't really remember. And as in, I looked for a hi Scott, hi Stellar. I looked for a reference photo and couldn't find one. So if I took one, I lost it, which has also happened from time to time. So we're just gonna fake it. It's a nice pose. It's a nice drawing of the pose, but it really fills up the paper. And John says hi, simply hi. Okay, simply hi, right back at you. I'm glad you're here. It's too. There's not a whole lot of room to do anything in the background. So it means I kind of don't mind doing other crazy things with it. So I'll do some other crazy things. It means that I don't have a reference photo, and so um, anything I do is mostly probably going to be wrong, and so I may as well just wing it. I'm going to wind up winging it anyway, so I'm winging it. Trying to do something that's among the tougher things to do, which is draw an arm and a hand in foreshortening, pointing straight at you. That's kind of a difficult thing to do. Hey, Minnow, you're okay. Come here. Come here. My cat um, does not like electrical cords, and I draped a Cat5 cable down the hallway to make my internet connection better, and it freaks him out. He thinks it's going to eat him, so he's slinking around. He'll probably slap at it here in a minute. He's fun. All right, so pretty much everything I need to know I learned from my cat. Like this morning, we were playing with a ball. I got a little rubber bouncy ball, and it'll bounce like crazy if you really whack it against the floor and make it bounce, break things, stuff like that in the house. But the cats are not generally too responsive to stuff like that. I mean, they'll look at it and probably run away from it. Um, it's unlikely they'll chase it. And he will chase a ball and be pretty engaged for quite a while if you just roll it across the floor and roll it straight to it. And it took me some time to change my thinking from saying it's a ball, therefore it's a sport, therefore it's competitive. uh, because I was kind of had that upbringing, even though um, I never played any sports and was never terribly competitive. But you just kind of get into a mode sometimes, and you stay there. But yeah, we don't have to be competitive. I don't want to win against the cat. I'm not trying to defeat him. I'm trying to play and get into play, get into engage with things. Uh, so yeah, just roll the ball to him and let him get it, let him grab it and knock it around. And it bounces really cool. So if he knocks it into the wall, it'll come back at him. He'll chase it all around. It's fun. It's fun. That's all we're trying to do is have fun. I'm not trying to win. It's not about winning. In many ways, the 1990s are my least favorite decade that I have experienced in my long and sordid life. And the reason I say that is because the 90s, at least in America, was all about winning, 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 winning. There is nothing more important than winning. And there's a guy, who is kind of a big name in politics right now. He was a big name in business and finance and losing money and getting people to pay you more money to go try to make their money back and that kind of thing. And he literally wrote the book on everything being about nothing but winning, 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 winning. Often defined as by making more money than other people, but um, you saw T-shirts. You saw people walking around with T-shirts on that said things like, "There is no second place. That's only first loser," or something like that. Everything's a contest. Everything's got a winner and a loser. And by that mentality, I should be feeling threatened by my cat. I should be trying to defeat the cat. Uh, make sure that when we play together, he loses. And I don't want the cat to lose. I want to win. I've got to get another clip because that's just falling forward. I've got 1,000 binder clips in the house, but in a moment like this, I can't find them. So we do that. So I don't remember why I was going on that. So yeah, it's all about winning. Winning is more defined by how badly the other guy loses. How badly he loses is measured by, how much you've destroyed him. So you can't go buy a cup of coffee. You have to go destroy a barista, ruin her job, get her fired. That's how you win. You can't just drive to work. You gotta defeat the other drivers. You gotta win. I don't want to win. That's not working. And the reason it's not working is I don't have a model, and I absolutely don't know. I just don't know. I'm going to give it one more shot. One more shot, and then I'm just going to, I don't know, I'm going to not try again. They say the third time's the charm. They say a lot of things that they probably shouldn't say, because most of it's not true. That which doesn't kill you makes us stronger. That's not true. I've got a back injury. It didn't kill me. I'm not stronger. I'm not stronger. Yeah, I'm going to quit trying to make her finger point because I don't think that's working. And I'll just have her reaching and clutching. Reaching and clutching. You can't do much to change her mouth without like swinging the jaw open or just changing her entire face. I'm not sure I want to change her entire face. Just a little bit. might have noticed that things that I have changed a lot on starts to have a really dark background because I want to cover up all the fiddling around I did. That which doesn't kill us gives us a dark sense of humor and unhealthy coping mechanism. I like it. Arnett Taylor, thank you. That's why when people have asked me stuff like, do you love watching car racing? Why don't you race? I answered, because I don't have enough money to build a car that will win. Yeah. I mean, are you going to adjust what gravity did to her body when she was reclined? I don't know. I don't know. I'm fumbling my way along here, and I know things aren't right. Um, but she's flying. She flies because she's a witchy woman. So you see how high she flies. I think she's got the moon in her eyes. I have literally dozens of photos of girls that were in that reclined posture, give or take. I mean, there's a lot of variations you can do within that, and none of them looked right. And like I say, fills up so much of the paper that uh, just didn't know what else to do with it. It's like, can't put a background in, you can't, not a whole lot of room to put a costume on her. But the vision that I had there in the flash was of her kind of emerging out of the darkness somehow, and then I said, yeah, she could be doing that, standing up, and we'll see if that actually kind of works or not. I had decided a long time ago that I was going to do Halloweenish stuff all month for October. And October came along, and I didn't feel like it. I was going to do monsters and vampires, Cthulhu, and stuff and things. I didn't feel like it. what I really think is that with a model, this could be really cool. And if I was going to try to arrange for a model flying through the air like this, the way I would do it is I would take a padded footstool and lay it down and have her lay down on it and drape over backwards. So I would basically photograph her from up there, uh, upside down, and then I just flip the photo reference upside down, and that would look like flying. The legs could be diminishing in the distance, so I could have her in perspective and in the right position, and that would look pretty neat without having her have to, leap into the air in order to try to get the pose right. That's a silly way to do it. Unless you've got an actual vampire to model for you. She can just fly. That would save money. Well, she's drawn so big on the paper that you can't tell she's flying. She just looks like she's walking awkwardly. And so um, you can't love them all. You really can't. See her lay back down. That just looks flippin' weird. Flippin' weird. The gravity actually still looks more righter now, even though I've made some adjustments. Uh, yeah, I mean, she could be flying horizontally. Still isn't very explicit. Explicit in the thing. So, this is a really old one. I like the model. I think she moved. Uh, I liked her. Some people kind of didn't. Scott says the frost giant's daughter luring a dying warrior out into the frozen waste. I like that. Yeah, it could be something like that with more room for context. I mean, she just takes up so much space that it's not it's just not clear. But yeah, uh, she could be just moving very lightly above the snow or that kind of thing. Um, the idea of the shield maiden or something. This model, this pose. I like the sepia tone thing and all that, but this isn't going to be a John did a Vulcan thing. Um, this isn't going to be a finished piece of artwork. This is going to be a sketch from which I might make a different piece of artwork later on. So I'm never real worried about maintaining the integrity of my original drawing, or these colors, or anything like that, because that's not what we're doing here. We're just trying to come up with something, do something cool. It's funny. I've often been accused of exaggerating breasts, making them too big, which is something that a lot of artists do, even female artists um, do. I don't know why, but it's something that just happens. You're trying to draw right, and you know when you look at it later, you realize, oh, I did this wrong. I made the head too big. I made the legs too short. I made the boobs too big. I don't know why I consistently make the boobs too big. So, I mean, it is a thing that you can do, but uh, I've sometimes I feel unfairly been accused of exaggerating breasts, and but whenever the subject comes up, I think about this person because I made a point, and she thanked me for it. I made a point of making her breasts about half the size that they actually were, and she told me that they were at that time about half the size of what they had been before, but she had lost a lot of weight. I don't remember. She was 150 pounds or something like that, and she lost a lot of weight. And so modeling was um, her reward to herself for achieving her weight loss goal, um, which I thought was interesting. And yeah, I thought she looked great. But she moved as people do. This also has very little room for backgrounds, action, story, that kind of thing. Um, and another thing about this kind of pose is, she's turned sideways. Her knees are up. You don't really, you don't really have a lot of room to design a dress or design a costume. Like that kind of thing that I usually put on a person. Yeah, you wouldn't see any of it. It's a narrow strip of cloth in the front and in the back, and some jewelry stuff, and you're not going to see it here. So I'm inclined not to bother even suggesting that she's wearing anything. I might just, I don't know, if she looks like she's watching a show, or I don't know. It could be off this direction. There could be somebody dancing, or gladiators fighting, or something. She's doing something. I'm tempted to cover those feet because I didn't do a great job on the feet. I am inclined, as I often am, to put a large cat in this drawing. Stellar showed me a video today of a hiker encountering a mountain lion. And I think that somebody said in the comments that you could just see a baby mountain lion at the beginning of the video, but the guy's basically backing away and backing away and a long distance, and the thing just kept following him. And it did this, what might have looked funny under other circumstances, but it kind of pounced at him, and it bounced towards him with the paws up, and this would be the mother cat, not the, not the baby. It was a full size mountain lion, and it was very angry, and he kept backing away. He kept backing away. I think he eventually picked something up and threw it at it or something. But it was a scary video. Scary. A lot of times people look at these, I draw some person with a pet leopard or whatever. They're like, oh, I want one of those. No, you don't. This is a fantasy world where things like that can happen. In the real world, things like that have happened some. Then you get TV shows about gangsters with tigers and all the other stupid decisions they've made in their life and how they eventually died from it. Because that's what really happens. They eat you. I have hiked alone in the woods many, many, many times, and I have never encountered a big cat like a mountain lion. However, that doesn't mean I didn't walk right past one, you know, and it saw me and decided not to do anything. That very well could have happened. Or not, I suppose, the statistical probabilities. Okay, this is definitely the direction I'm going with it. Again, I want a model for this. I didn't know I was even going to work on this today, so I didn't prepare myself with a reference photo for a cat. But I will, and that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow, or maybe we'll start on something brand new. But anyway, that's what I got. Just because today's Tuesday, so I'm still coming back tomorrow. And all you guys, John and Arnett, and sorry, I can't read this without my glasses on, but I think it says Arnett. And Scott, thank you for coming, and have a great night, you guys. Bye bye.